Memorial Stadium to watch a California game, and there are more empty seats than folks, but that is not the case now, as Bruce Snyder has turned around the fortunes of the California football program in his 5th year. He won the coin toss, and the Bears have elected to defer. They will kick it off. There are the deep men for the Huskies of Washington. Napoleon Kaufman back with Tommy Smith. Underway in Berkeley. Decides not to bring it out because the veteran Tommy Smith told him just bring it out. Even a more dangerous offensive team than they were a year ago. Billy Joe Hobart. No, he is not from Texas. He's from around the Seattle, Washington area. He's an outspoken youngster who plays with the Brunell's team. Now it's Billy Joe Hobart. The 3 wide receivers, no running backs, and Hobart slips to the artificial turf and is with no running back. We'll see Bino Bryant back there, and the young man that all of Seattle knows about, but you're about to learn back east, number 5, Mario Bailey. He's the Desmond Howard of the Pac-10 this year. The offensive line, take a look at the size of the 2 tackles, Malamala and Kennedy, 315 and 300 pounds. And Bryant is the tailback. They show that 8-man front. Mick Barsati, number 13, needs to step up. David Wilson, the free safety. He's their leading tackler. He has 3 interceptions on the season. Passing situation for Hobart. Fires. McKay dropped the ball. He was close to a first down, and Orlando McKay could not get the handle. It was not an efficient series for the Huskies.
On that very first play, Hobart turned around to make a fake to the running back, and he was lined up as a wide receiver. When the play was over, I saw Hobart go to him and give him a little tongue lash and say, hey, be alert, you lined up improperly.
The difference between Brunell and Hobart, Brunell would have said, that's all right, get him next time. Hobart says, where were you? Let's get it right the first time. John Verdell back punting for the Huskies. Under pressure, gets it off. That's Callan, who's letting it roll down. And the ball will roll dead on the 32-yard line. And in that situation, I think that California would have preferred that the return man make a catch on that ball. Instead, because of the roll, it winds up as a 51-yard punt.
The safety should always move up and field a punt when he's not at risk. And he was not at risk that time. He was not gambling to go up there. Here they are going quick.
Mike Pulaski, and he's another hard-nosed quarterback out of the same mold as Hobart here today. Played high school quarterback only 1 year. And here is Russell White with a penalty marker down. The side judge throws the flag as White gets to the 35-yard line.
They didn't line up properly offensively. They had 5 men in the backfield.
So right away, a 5-yard penalty, and that negates the short gain by White. Also keep an eye on number 3, Brian Triggs. He broke Wesley Walker's all-time receiving record here at California. And in that offensive line, because of the great aggressive front shown by Washington, center Steve Gordon, the veteran, will have a lot of line calls to make for that unit here today. Coach Snyder on the far side, man who learned at the door of John Robinson with the Los Angeles Rams and also at the University of Southern California, was a head coach at Utah State where he was successful. Now he is coming to a tough situation and put the show on the road again. So the illegal procedure call moves the ball back to the 26-yard line. They split the backs, and Pulaski will put it up. He'll go deep for everything. He's got Dawkins open, and he overthrows him. They had one-on-one coverage.
You know, that was a specific game plan call. Dawkins is only the wide receiver to the right formation. They put him on the left side that time to have him go deep on Walter Bailey, the 5'11" corner, rather than the 6'3" Dana Hall corner.
This is the defense that has dominated 5 straight opponents from Washington. Donald Jones, number 48. California must solve when he is coming off the corner. One of the best blitzing linebackers. Shane Pahukoa playing free safety this year. And this is going to leave California in 3rd and long. The penalty hurt them on 1st down in this series.
These 3rd and long situations, if you're going to beat a Washington-type defense, you better stay out of 3rd and long, because the quality of their defense is their ability to run and to rush the passer. They have sprinters in down lineman stances that can really get after the quarterback. Hard to convert in this situation.
And it was Coach Don James, who you just saw on the screen, who decided he would go for sprinter speed after visiting those schools down in Florida a few years back. With a slot man working from his right. Pulaski comes back deep over the middle and incomplete through high to Dawkins, and Pulaski has misfired over his tall wide receiver twice.
Brent, you mentioned misfired twice. Very intense, as we noticed in visiting with him in the last few days. Throwing over the top, throwing a little too hard, adrenaline pumping. He'll have to relax quickly in this next series and get that ball down.
So both teams 3 and out. Chris Noonan on to punt, and there is Bino Bryant, who a year ago was one of the most dangerous punt return men in the country. This should be excellent field position for Washington. Noonan needs a big-time punt here. Hits it left-footed, and he drives Bino back. It is a great punt for California if they can cover Bryant. Bryant with a cut on the right side and spins out to the 32-yard line. So Noonan bails California out with a 51-yard punt, and Bryant hauls it back 10 yards.
If you're one of the millions who suffer from the agony of lower back pain, you need Be Active, the revolutionary new acupressure system that instantly helps ease discomfort in your lower back, buttocks, and legs. Watch. Slip on Be Active and tighten the strap. You'll instantly begin experiencing relief. Look, back pain often radiates from the lower back to your lower extremities, but apply Be Active to the trigger point on the calf muscle to instantly relieve pain. The secret is the AcuPoint pressure pad that gently compresses, alleviating pain to the sciatic nerve and lower back for instant relief.
The Active provides firm pressure behind the knee on a specific pressure point, which can help relieve the pain and suffering from sciatica.
Now, get Be Active for $19.99. Call now and double the offer free. Just pay separate processing and handling. If you don't like it, send it back and owe nothing. You get it all for $19.99. Call now.
To order, call 1-800-897-2380. That's 1-800-897-2380. Or go online to beactivebrace.com. Call or click today.
Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Could your house go into foreclosure? Main Street Foreclosure Services can help save your home. We specialize in foreclosure assistance, and that's all we do. If you are behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Main Street Foreclosure Services now. New laws are in effect that may save your home.
Call 800-582-7497 to save your home from foreclosure today.
I was only on there for about a month, and look what I found.
I was looking for something a little bit more with substance.
I wanted somebody that was as free and unencumbered as I was. It's all quality time. We never have any wasted time.
As you get older, different things become more important to you.
I know better right now what I want, and I know it more quickly.
We can just enjoy our time.
OurTime.com, the largest dating site for singles over 50. Start today for free.
Our Name Your Price tool helps. Oh, Jamie, you got a little something on the back of your shoe there. Price tag.
Danger. Price tag. Alert. Price tag.
Hey guys.
Price tag. Alert.
Is this normal? Well, Progressive is a price tag free zone. We let you tell us what you want to pay, and we help you find options to fit your budget.
Alert.
Where are they taking them?
Price tag. Alert.
I don't know.
This seems excessive.
Decontamination in progress.
I don't want to tell you guys your job, but...
Policies without the price tags. Now that's Progressive.
TCU.
Saturday at 3:30 on ABC or ESPN2.
As a receiver with 17, now just got his 18.
So the extra point will be attempted by Travis Hansen. That would leave us deadlocked. And for Bailey on the season, his 9th touchdown catch of the year. Desmond Howard has received all of the national publicity, but Mario Bailey is matching him touchdown for touchdown.
You're going to see here they committed 8 people to the rush, coming with the blitz. You'll see 8 people all right in here. I'm going to clear it here, and then I'll show you what happens up here. Now you get the one-on-one situation right here. And he goes ahead and beats the one-on-one coverage. There is no free safety. He's up protecting everybody else that's blitzing. See, and he beats him to the post. Now, Houston is the fastest defender on Cal's football team, and that shows you what kind of speed that Mario Bailey has. Here it is again. See, here comes the pressure. Everybody coming after him. They do a good job of handling the pressure. Give him time to lay this one up over the inside shoulder, now going on the post. You see that? Well done, and he beats Houston for the 6-pointer.
If I was a pro scout,
yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I was thinking
mental telepathy. Every 6th catch he makes in his career is in the end zone.
He does one thing that Jerry Rice does. He doesn't break stride to catch the ball. He stays in flight, snaps the ball, and he continues to move. A lot of those wide receivers with that great speed slow up to catch the ball. And that's the first catch for Bailey on the day. Somebody they've got to get the ball in his hands, along with Russell White now returning it for California, short of the 20-yard line. Let's go down now to Cheryl Miller. Cheryl?
Well, Brent, Russell White is an amazing story. He has dyslexia, and the traditional belief is that dyslexia causes a person to see letters and words in reverse. For example, the letter B might look like the letter D, and the word pot might look like the word top, but dyslexia actually covers a wider range of learning disabilities. But despite this problem, Russell White, with a lot of hard work and special tutoring, has done an amazing job of coming from being an academically ineligible freshman to a junior with a 3.0 GPA.
Pulaski throws and White dropped it that time. And let me go back on Cheryl's story. That's really a nice story, and I think that happens to be what the educational process should be all about. I don't know why somebody has to be polished to come into a college to begin with. Why can't we educate young men like Russell White? And I think that's just a tremendous story.
I agree with you, Brent. You know, and you had an opportunity to visit with him more than I did, but he just sort of sparkles in personality right now, gaining confidence both on the field and as a person socially.
2nd and 10 for Pulaski and the Bears. 7 men coming for Washington that time. White to the 20-yard line against that savage defensive front of the Huskies. Boy, there may be a better defense in the land, but they would really be something, folks.
How would you like to be the linebacker and see a 6-foot, 340-pound guy coming over here to block you? I don't know if I'd like that, Brent. What a great big guy. Look at him. He's a stump. He goes up inside there, leading, banging people around, and he makes that crease.
Washington rushes 4 against the pass. The penalty flag is down. Pass is incomplete.
John Dawkins was moving. A wide receiver should never go offside. They don't even have to know the snap count. All they have to do is looking at the ball. And this young man, Sean Dawkins, came to Cal with a 3.4 grade point average. He's smart enough not to make that mistake. Boy, that used to drive. I get mad even thinking about it now. Drive me crazy as a coach.
Punting situation, and Noonan has punted 52 and 56 yards here this afternoon. Fresh respect by Bino Bryant. He'll make the fair catch at the 36-yard line. That's where Washington will put it in play. California scored first. Washington tied it. This will be the last play coming up in the first quarter. 3 seconds to go here in Berkeley.
You know, I think the only time Washington has been behind all year was in the Nebraska game. and they had to fight back, and they did a great job of that. They did such a great job in Nebraska that the Nebraska fans gave University of Washington football team a standing ovation when they came off the field after winning the game.
Matt Jones and Bean O'Brien are Washington's running backs. Jones into the middle of the Bear defense, and Cornell Collier is there as the first quarter comes to an end here in Berkeley. The battle of the unbeatens, and they're tied after our first quarter in Strawberry Canyon.
Back in the 50s, sod farmers invented hydroseeding as the easiest way to grow beautiful grass. But you're still doing this. You want a great-looking lawn, but have dry spots, dog spots, high traffic areas, and shade. What a nightmare. You seed, water, and wait. But the only thing growing are the weeds. It's no wonder the seed gets washed away, blown away by wind, and eaten by birds. Not anymore. Introducing the revolutionary Hydro Mousse Liquid Lawn with spray and stay technology. The grass grows where you spray it. Start growing with ease. If you can water your lawn, you can hydroseed. Simply attach to any garden hose and turn the dial to seed. Forget the guesswork. Hydro Mousse shows you exactly where you're planting. The Green Mousse formula contains an eco-friendly sticking solution that attaches the seed to the soil and a conditioner to loosen hard dirt, allowing it to absorb water, resulting in a terrific looking lawn. We sprayed Hydro Mousse on this vertical burlap wall, and look, the seed locks in place, even upside down. And the grass grows like crazy, even on a vertical wall. It grows in extreme heat or cold conditions. It's perfect for dog spots, high traffic areas, large areas, and shade, and no more guesswork. Hydro Mousse includes a mixture of high-quality seed that blends perfectly with your existing lawn. It's never been faster or easier to get professional results at a fraction of the cost. So why pay a fortune for sod or seed the old-fashioned way when you can get the complete Hydro Mousse kit for only $19.95 to bring your lawn back to life? That's enough to do 100 spots or 50 square feet. But call now and we'll double the coverage. That's an incredible 200 spots or 100 square feet. And don't forget to ask the operator for large lot and acreage discounts. So don't put up with this when you can have this.
Call 1-800-908-3971 or go to hydromousse.com.
Oh, tall trouble. Jimmy Johnson, I believe. Around, headed for the inside wall.
We blew a right fronters up, guys.
Right side, all beaten up on the 88 car. Joey Logano wins it at Kansas.
Welcome to the Contender Round.
12 nations battle it out, 3 races.
Kansas, Charlotte, Talladega.
We're talking chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup.
4 will be eliminated, 8 will advance.
This chase grid is a whole other beast.
It's time to prepare for glory or defeat.
I've got a small business, and everybody said you should be promoting it with Facebook.
Well, I use Facebook for myself, but I had no idea how to use it for my plumbing business.
Then I heard about web.com.
They told me they would build a professional Facebook page for my business free.
So I gave them a call.
And then they built me a Facebook page for free. I couldn't believe it.
If you call web.com now, you can have a new Facebook page built for your small business free. We even write posts for your Facebook page that will get people talking about you.
It's like I have this whole big social media department for my business.
Call now and web.com will build your new Facebook page free. Then we'll continue to bring you new fans, write posts for you, and report on results, all for one low monthly fee. If not, cancel and pay nothing.
Now people call me and say, I found you on Facebook. How cool is that?
You say it, we build it free.
Call 1-877-558-6648 today.
Well, there's Bruce Snyder in his 5th season here at California, 24-22-4, having rebuilt the Berkeley program. He knows what it's like to coach in tough spots. He was a winner over at Utah State. Colbert pulling out for the first play of the second quarter, and he hits his fullback Jones, and Jones fumbles the ball, but it's recovered by Washington. Twice Washington has put the ball down, but they have recovered it on both occasions.
There's a classic case as they flooded the pattern strong side, putting 3 receivers outside, held the running back. Now they're going to hold the running back, and they're going to check him down. You're going to watch him come over and hold and then check down as the defense drops. Now Jarrett Willard, number 45, has got to make this play. Now see him set, pause. Now they check him down. Now the linebacker, Willard's got to make that play right there. He can't miss that tackle.
It was Rongan who saved the moment. He and Caligas have both recovered fumbles. Bino Bryant jumping to daylight makes his way to the Bears' 37-yard line. And the first quarter numbers look this way.
You know, I haven't seen them yet, but I kind of believe they're going to be pretty even. Look at that. Total yards 100 to 88. I really believe with Washington coming in here like with the great, you know, the ranking of number 3 in the country and the status they have on the West Coast, Cal's got to feel real good about where they are right now.
2 big plays, and on both occasions they caught that one-on-one coverage, which can be a weakness on gambling defenses.
Brent, if you're going to beat the 8-man front, you've got to beat them with the outside receivers when they come to the blitz situations and the dog situations with the linebackers. You've got to take advantage of that one-on-one, and both teams have done it.
This is a bit of a family affair here between coaches. Let's go down to Cheryl Miller. Cheryl?
Well, Brent, both these teams are probably more similar than they realize. Washington's offensive coordinator, Keith Gilbertson, held a similar position under Cal's Bruce Snyder when Snyder was a head coach at Utah State from 1977 through 81. In fact, Cal's offensive lines coach, Dan Cozzetto, was an assistant under Gilbertson when he was a head coach at Idaho from 1986 to 88. So, Brent, it's almost like a family affair.
Well, Cheryl, that time, Gilbertson went to the option, and it resulted in a Washington first down.
In fact, Kent Bear, the defensive coordinator for Cal, and Keith Gilbertson, the offensive coordinator for Washington. Kent Bear is the godfather to their youngest child. I bet they didn't talk on the phone this last week.
Bino Bryant is the tailback. Darius Turner now in as the fullback. Hobart goes one-on-one, and he overthrew a diving receiver in the end zone. Mario Bailey was open. He had beaten the coverage, and Billy Joe Hobart knows better than anyone.
Chris Cannon, when he has no free safety helping him inside, cannot allow the defender to go in there that cleanly. He's got to take away the inside moves and make him run outside him. Oh, Hobart.
He wears those emotions out on his sleeve, doesn't he? 3 wide receivers to the left, and he comes back and hits one at the 26-yard line, and that was Orlando McKay.
You know, when you see a formation like that and you see the action of the quarterback and what they did with the ball, you really see the University of Miami influence on this offensive football team. You know, they spent some time down there, and this is what they've done. They've opened this attack up.
Iowa and Illinois, and a big one in Iowa City. Jason Verduzco and the Illini trailing by a field goal. Matt Jones and Bino Bryant, the running backs. 3rd down for Washington. Hobart gets good protection. Now it breaks down. He'll throw back to Bino Bryant, who was a safety valve working over here on the right. Unless they set that up all along, he's out of bounds at the 15-yard line for a first down for the Huskies.
Brent, what they really wanted to do is throw the tight end out and up to the left, off an outside of flanker curl. It wasn't there. The pressure got to him. Then he went to his outlet. You see, they had pretty good pressure on him. See him looking on you to the right, to the right, to the right. It's not there. Now he has good presence of mind, good awareness of where the other receiver is, your alternate here, Bino Bryant, and now you're throwing it to a running back.
Bino out of bounds there, and it'll be first down. There's an injured California player about the 38-yard line. An idea of how efficient they are.
You know, I have never seen a college football team that efficient statistically inside the 20-yard line. 21 times inside, 19 touchdowns.
Jason Wilburn, the injured player, coming off to the side.
And Bruce Snyder was just bragging to me the other day how well he has been playing. Not a highly recruited guy or anything like that, but just playing like a very selective high school football player.
Now the running backs are Jones and Berry. McKay and Bailey out to the left. This is Berry. Cuts back away from a tackle and gets to the 10-yard line.
University of Washington inside the 20-yard line in the last 3 games have been down in there 27 times, and they've run the ball 21 times. They prefer to at you and run it in for the score. When they score for the touchdown pass, it's usually from outside the 20-yard line.
Second down. Hobart brings the option. He's going to keep it. And Hobart down at the 8-yard line. A penalty flag comes throwing. And Hobart still down on the carpet here at Berkeley.
They run the option down. Now see, good discipline. He goes for the pitch man. No one takes him, doesn't get there. They got him blocked. And now here comes the, he goes down to the pass to see it. Oh, here comes the late hit right there.
That was Barsala, number 13, hitting him late on the play.
Here it is. There should have been somebody in the quarterback's face to force the pitch. The pitch was taken away. Good defense. Evidently, the man assigned to take the quarterback got blocked.
A costly personal foul here against California. And Mark Brunell, who was the starter until he injured a knee in the spring, will come in here and replace Billy Joe Hobart, who is being tended to. Now you will see a knee brace on Brunell's right leg. He did not practice here yesterday when the Huskies worked out at Memorial Stadium. Jay Berry, his tailback. Fumble on the snap, recovered again by Washington. 3 times the Huskies have put it on the carpet here in the first half, and 3 times they have come up with it. That time it was Brunell.
And Brent, that's the problem with having to substitute a quarterback. They have no choice. A different cadence, a little different feel up underneath the center. Hey, an All-American candidate at center, just a different person taking the snap. Breakdown right there.
You wonder if Brunell is able to run and put pressure on with the option. He was a little stiff when he worked out. And that was before today's game. He didn't do anything, so now he's handing the ball off. Barsala, who committed the personal foul, made the stop.
Well, I talked to Brunell yesterday on the sideline, and he told me he was about 80%.
We got a shot of Hobart over there on the sideline, and he will return. That is a pinched nerve, and that's why he is wearing that extra protection on his shoulder pads. So the injury flaring again when he was hit by Barsala. Now he comes in for this 3rd down, and Matt Jones is running back, but he has 3 wide receivers out to his left, and he's going to put it up. Going for the corner, knocked away and out of bounds. Tremendous defensive play by Artis Houston on Orlando McKay that time.
Play against man-to-man, crossing receivers and rub the defender off on the other defender. And Houston this time is in position to force the perfect throw. It could have been caught.
I think when he reached back in, that's when he knocked it away. Okay. He had his hand on the ball, the wide receiver, and then he swatted it away. So they will have to settle for a field goal attempt here by Travis Hansen.
He hasn't had many opportunities, only attempted 3 this year, made 1.
23-yarder, and it's good. Travis Hansen, who is the younger brother of the finest kicker in the land, Jason Hansen of Washington State, puts Washington ahead by a field goal.
TCU right back where they want to be. Ready, touchdown.
TCU Baylor, Saturday at 3:30 on ABC or ESPN2.
Do you suffer from ankle pain or swollen ankles? Is your ankle stiff or weak so you need extra support? Introducing Ankle Genie, the new zip-up compression sleeve designed to reduce foot fatigue while energizing your foot and ankle. Standing on your feet all day can cause swollen ankles and radiating leg pain. But Ankle Genie provides the ankle support you need to help relieve swelling. It's a struggle to wear traditional medical compression socks. Pulling them up, pulling them off, what a job! But Ankle Genie has a built-in zipper, so it slips on and off easily and adjusts to your size. Best of all, Ankle Genie can be worn over socks and in shoes for all-day comfort. Comfortable anti-fatigue neoprene construction soothes, massages, and energizes your foot and ankle 24/7. And it's so durable, it lasts and lasts.
It also provides the compression, and the compression is an essential part to reduce the inflammation, which will allow healing to happen in the foot.
After I had my surgery, my doctor told me I could not fly without wearing compression socks. These zipped right on. 6 hours later, I arrived at my destination happy and healthy.
Wear Ankle Genie in athletic shoes, boots, socks, or slippers. It's the perfect support while golfing, playing tennis, hiking, or biking. Ankle Genie is ideal for relieving ankle swelling, and it provides exquisite relief anytime your ankle swells from fluid retention or poor circulation. Similar compression ankle sleeves can cost $25 and don't come with a zipper. But call now and get the Ankle Genie for just $12.99. As part of the special TV offer, you can double your order. Get the support you need for each ankle. That's 2 Ankle Genies, an incredible value. Yours for $12.99. Call or click now.
Call 1-800-847-0949 and get the Ankle Genie special offer, or visit anklegenie.com. But hurry, quantities are limited, so call now. 1-800-847-0949. That's 1-800-847-0949. Call now.
Game 3 of the Battle of the Bay continues.
Oh my God, we're having a...
I don't know if we're on the air or not, and I guess you are hearing us.
There'll be no baseball tonight.
You're trying to win something and the world stops.
This is not a baseball story. It is much larger than the events going on at Candlestick.
What if I told you that the Earth shook still? ESPN Films presents a 30 for 30 film brought to you by Infinity. The day the series stopped. Tuesday at 10 on ESPN.
The Snyders are doing magnificent coaching jobs. That's Bill Snyder at Kansas State. And how about this? Marshall with a 14-3 lead. North Carolina State could fall out. And here Russell White is down at the 31-yard line and whistled down on the play.
Again, the California people doing exactly what they said they were going to do. Bruce Snyder said it, and so did the coordinator, Steve Marucci. We're going to run straight at him and let a gifted running back find the crease. That's a good time to run straight at him on that second and long. You're liable to catch him in some kind of pass rush stunt.
Third down for Pulaski.
They're coming after him.
Rushing him hard. 4 men broke through that time. He tried to drop it off into Zumwalt's hands, but the blitz gets to him.
When you get an overloaded rush, he gets it to the right side of his formation. You don't have enough people over there to pick everybody up. Normally you hot receiver to that side. Evidently they didn't have that kind of system going on that play call.
That was Fields who was breaking in and leading the charge that time. Jones was also right there.
40-yard field goal. He's 2 for 3 from this distance this year.
That's at least a 50.
Oh, it's a 50, excuse me. I can't add.
He hits it long enough. He's got it. A 50-yard field goal by Brian
It happens in the parking lot. When you're parked on the street, a scratch can happen anywhere. And who has hundreds to pay a body shop? Well, now you can get rid of expensive scratches easily with Scratchdini, the remarkable formula that makes surface scratches disappear. Just use a tiny bit of our revolutionary formula, and like magic, you'll buff away the scratch in seconds. Just use a little Scratchdini and then literally wipe the scratch away. The magic is Carbapol Easy 3 and millions of microparticles that remove surface scratches with one easy step. It'll work perfectly with any color finish. Call now to get a huge 4-ounce tube of Scratchdini for just $10. But wait, order now and get our revolutionary headlight restorer absolutely free. Bring back the brightness so they're like new in just seconds. But we're not finished yet. Call right now and you get a second set free. Just pay separate processing and handling. Don't wait. Call now.
To order Scratchdini for $10 plus processing and handling, call 1-800-697-9324 or order online at scratchdini.com.
If you're one of the millions who suffer from the agony of lower back pain, you need Be Active, the revolutionary new acupressure system that instantly helps ease discomfort in your lower back, buttocks, and legs. Watch. Slip on Be Active and tighten the strap. You'll instantly begin experiencing relief. Look, back pain often radiates from the lower back to your lower extremities, but apply Be Active to the trigger point on the calf muscle to instantly relieve pain. The secret is the AcuPoint pressure pad that gently compresses, alleviating pain to the sciatic nerve and lower back for instant relief.
The Active provides firm pressure behind the knee on a specific pressure point, which can help relieve the pain and suffering from sciatica.
Now, get Be Active for $19.99. Call now and double the offer free. Just pay separate processing and handling. If you don't like it, send it back and owe nothing. You get it all for $19.99. Call now.
To order, call 1-800-897-2380. That's 1-800-897-2380. Or go online to beactivebrace.com. Call or click today.
Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Could your house go into foreclosure? Main Street Foreclosure Services can help save your home. We specialize in foreclosure assistance, and that's all we do. If you are behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Main Street Foreclosure Services now. New laws are in effect that may save your home.
Call 800-582-7497 to save your home from foreclosure today.
Oh, tall trouble. Jimmy Johnson, I believe. Around, headed for the inside wall. We blew a right front interception. Kansas.
Welcome to the Contender Round.
12 nations battle it out. 3 races.
Kansas, Charlotte, Talladega.
We're talking chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup.
4 will be eliminated, 8 will advance.
This chase grid is a whole other beast.
It's time to prepare for glory or defeat.
Washington using a timeout here because they realize they will get the ball back with about a minute and a half to go. California forced to punt, and Noonan, who has punted very well, will stand inside the Bears' 15-yard line, and Beano Bryant will be trying to give Washington good field position. This one a little bit shorter than some of his earlier punts, and Bryant fair catches the ball at the 43-yard line. Minute and a half to work with and 2 timeouts for the Huskies. Billy Joe Hobart's touchdown pass was to Mario Bailey, but otherwise California has done a good job defensively against the star wide receiver for the Huskies.
Well, Kent Bear, the defensive coordinator, and his staff, the defensive staff, have really done a fine job. Hey, look at that earring.
How many quarterbacks did you have play for you with earrings?
I had to chop it off. I'm ultra conservative.
Hobart firing. Ooh, watch out. That time McKay wasn't interfered with. There was no flag. I guess the ball right there, and they ruled that both of them were going for the ball. That was Jody Graham, defensively number 11, who was on Orlando McKay that time.
There's that earring. Hobart said that he'd like to wear an earring too, but his wife, Hobart's married, said his wife wouldn't let him wear it. They only had one set.
Second down. Drops it off underneath to his running back. And Matt Jones tackled by Graham, and a penalty flag comes down.
They called a late hit on Jarrett Willard, number 45. I think what he was really trying to do is to prevent him from sliding out of bounds and stop the clock. I don't think his intent was to hit him late. That's a 15-yarder. See, that's now you're starting to talk about field goal position. Here's number 45, Jarrett Willard. Now, I think he appears to me to be trying to prevent him from getting out of, sliding out of bounds. Now you hit the helmet like that, you're going to get it called. You're going to get it called. Jarrett is playing on a bad ankle. I visited with him in the locker room the other day, and it's all black and blue. It's amazing that he can play on it.
So as a result of the penalty, the ball has moved to California's 33. On first down, Hobart pressure in the middle. They'll drop the screen off to Bryant.
Tripping.
And Bryant cuts to the outside. Bryant inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Washington.
That's not a legal play. Chris Ranjan, the offensive left guard, tripped. He actually slid out and kicked the guy and tripped him. Now you'll follow this man right here as he comes out on the screen. That's a clever technique, but more often than not, it is called. Now watch him. He goes down. Now watch him come. Now watch what he does here. That's not a legal block. That's tripping.
He got away with it.
He got away with it.
Jay Berry, the running back, as Bean O'Brien gives Washington a 1st and goal, and a timeout is called by California's defense. They have seen the trip.
Boy, I saw it.
And we hear some booing.
We'll take one more look at that. Ladies and gentlemen, you cannot block with your feet. Now 72, Chris Ranjan. See, now watch him do this. And leg whip. See, that is not legal. He just got away with it, so I guess it is legal. But see, that was the key block in that play. Ain't Brent cool? How much did you pay him to put that up there, huh?
Oh,
did you? I'll tell you what, you bought him a cool one probably Thursday night or something. I tell you, it is great to see Cal Berkeley Football Stadium full of people like this, other than for the big game, Stanford game. I think the last time it was like this was 1975 when Mike White's fine football team played USC here and ended up beating them with Roth at quarterback and Muncie at the tailback position. A fine football team.
The coaching staff jumped all over the side judge on that far side of the field for not calling that illegal block. There is no question in looking at that replay that ball should have been brought back. And that's one that the officiating crew should not miss because it was pretty wide open, wasn't it? Anyway, Washington with a 1st and goal. Jay Berry, the running back. Hobart hands to him on the draw, and Berry blasts toward the goal line. Touchdown, Huskies.
Here's a trap block by the offensive center, Cunningham, kicking out to the right of your screen. See, he kicks it out. Now, Keith Gilbertson told me they were going to run the draws different against Cal because Cal had such a good understanding of how they normally run them. They were going to change it up and use the center to trap.
Hansen makes it 17-10.
The flankers were doing a pretty good job of blocking people down here on that same play. Here, now you have Curtis Gaspard right now. Oh, there's a leg whip right there. That's not legal. Hey, you know what happens? Officials don't see that very often, so it's not in their frame of mind. It's not a high priority call and think it's something that they look for. But that too is not a legal block.
Well, whoever Washington plays next week, those coaches will be telling the officials about that before the start of the game. That is back-to-back leg whips. They will play Oregon up in Husky Stadium next Saturday, and Jay Berry developing into a big-time star here as he rushed 7 times for 90 yards and a 9-yard touchdown run. That is his 8th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Huskies move in for the go-ahead touchdown with 49 seconds to go. Keep it out of White's hands. They did not want Russell White handling the ball, so instead Marty Holly comes out to the 36-yard line with 43 seconds to go. And remember, California has already kicked 1 50-yard field goal here in the first half. The question will be whether or not Pulaski can get enough time to take the ball deep.
They only have 1 timeout. They worked on this on the practice field the other day, and Pulaski loves this because he gets to call his own plays. He even said, you know, I wish we'd open the game up with our 2-minute offense and let me call it.
The Huskies rush 5. There's a penalty flag thrown on both sides, and the pass is incomplete and out of bounds, but there's a penalty.
I think they got the offensive tackle for... No, they got it. It's on the defense.
Jim Springer.
Offside, defense, 5 yards, repeat first down.
Coach Don James sitting there. That last touchdown has got him help him feel just a little bit better here going into halftime, as long as their defense holds up right here.
1st and 5, the ball at the California 46. 4-man rush. Pulaski will not get away from number 75, DeMarco Farr.
DeMarco Farr, cousin to Mel Farr, former UCLA player, backup football player. He came into the game with 3.5 sacks, playing only part-time. Good pass rush right there. He beats Anasemo Sagapullo to the outside. No, that's Dressler. Pressler he beat to the outside. You know, when you have depth in that defensive line and it's hot, you can substitute those fresh bodies in there, a little quicker pass rushers.
Washington with a 7-point lead over the unbeatens here in the Pac-10. But the Golden Bears are in this one.
After I played FanDuel the first time, I was hooked.
People are going crazy for these new one-week fantasy football leagues at FanDuel.com.
With FanDuel, there's no season-long commitment.
FanDuel lets you play in one-week fantasy football leagues for real money.
Assembling the ideal team on FanDuel was a blast.
Try FanDuel today, and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $200.
The power of copper compression. Feel the power of CopperFit.
Are you stuck with a slow computer?
Thanks to internet clutter, junk files, and viruses.
Well, my friend, help has arrived. MyCleanPC.com. First, the free computer diagnosis at MyCleanPC.com can tell you what's slowing down your computer. And then you simply activate MyCleanPC.com software to help speed up your computer and remove, yes, even viruses.
Yes!
Bravo! Another save by MyCleanPC.com.
TCU right back where they want to be. Kelly. Two unbeatens are ready to battle.
TCU Baylor. Saturday at 3:30 on ABC or ESPN2.
Now, no matter where you can enjoy high-speed internet with HughesNet Gen 4, America's #1 choice for satellite internet.
My old connection just wasn't cutting it. Now I finally have high-speed internet that works where I live.
Now getting homework done is easier than ever.
Now my internet is so much faster. So is my bike.
HughesNet Gen 4 is faster and better than ever. Enjoy more of what you love to do online. Call 1-800-426-3861.
Now I can stay close to my grandson, even from here.
Now I don't have to drive 100 miles to find shoes like these.
With HughesNet, you can live where you love and enjoy faster surfing, downloading, shopping, videos, music, and more. Don't waste another minute on a slow internet connection. Call today and get free standard installation for a limited time. Call 1-800-426-3861.
Pulaski is not the classic passer, Brent, and their coaches will say that, but they say he's a heck of a quarterback. He just gets it there.
Second down now for the Bears, down by 7 and 7:22 to go. The Huskies with a big front, and the penalty flags come flying before the snap. Sagapullo moving down there on the offensive line for Cal.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. 5 yards. Second down.
And again, Mr. Vermeil, they should give the number of the player just like they do in the NFL.
No, I was against it when they did it in the NFL. Hey, they never call the official's name when he makes a mistake.
Yeah, but we jump on him enough. Russell White is in the game. And Pulaski on the roll. Firing low and a diving reception at the 29 by Brian Treggs. So California's all-time receiving leader makes a fine catch. Just short of a first down.
The other thing that the offensive coordinator did a good job of getting the quarterback outside the inside rush on the rollout. See, now Russell's going to kick him out. He's going to throw underneath it. And Treggs takes his pads down to the ball rather than bending at the waist. That's why he makes that reception.
3rd and short are the 2 running backs. And it'll be White. And they stop him, I believe, short of the first down. And Cheryl Miller is downstairs with the young man's mother. So let's go down to Cheryl.
Ellen, you provided the magical kiss against UCLA that really spurred Russell on. You got an opportunity to talk to him before the second half started. How was he feeling?
He was feeling a little sluggish, but he told me he wouldn't know really how he felt till he got on the field.
Is he completely recovered from the walking pneumonia?
No, it's tremendously improved in his health, but the doctor told him that it's going to take a little while.
Did you give him another kiss for this game?
Yes, I gave him 2.
A big one?
Yes.
All righty, well, hopefully that will pay off, Brent.
That's the worst news that Washington has received all day, as the young man just missed a first down. Well, Mr. Vermeil, earlier in this game, Coach Snyder went for it on 4th and short.
I know it. I don't agree with him. He's smarter than I am. He's preparing that football team. I'm sitting up there next to you.
On a quick count comes up over the top, and I believe he got it. I think his forward progress got it as Tommy Smith, the safety man, met him.
I tell you, Brent, when you're close and you're only one big play out of it, don't give the opponent a chance to get excited.
2 for 2, Mr. Snyder.
And I tell you, he's got guts. And a long-term contract.
They've done the same thing both times, Dick. The quick count, and the quarterback keeps the ball.
Look at it.
Pulaski, who was a safety and a wide receiver in high school until a senior. Attaway, Bruce, give us a signal. Now 1st and 10. Pulaski on the roll. Oh, wow. Goes nowhere as Andy Mason, the second man, closes in.
Andy Mason, second in the state meet in the 100 meters twice. Once as a junior, once as a senior. And here he is playing as a down defensive lineman. 3.2 grade point average in high school. Now, if I were an offensive tackle, I don't think I'd like to see that kind of guy at defensive tackle.
Three wide receivers. Zone off the lone running back. He gets the call. He breaks the initial tackle and twists out to the 32-yard line. 3rd down.
Blitz. Oh, he's bluffing. Here they come.
Pulaski stands in the face of it and delivers the pass for the first down. He hits Simeon.
Again, an inexperienced cornerback or a college cornerback playing with no help inside, giving him the inside. Dana Hall, senior, should know better than that. Allow him to make that move. He had no help inside. You'd prefer to take away those inside moves. Good pass protection. You see they pick up the blitz. Good offensive line coaching done there by Dan Cozzetto.
And Russell White delivered a good protection block that time. Stays in the backfield. So another 3rd down conversion by the Bears. California down by 7, and
now see, they've already used up 2 timeouts.
Very critical in a 7-point game.
Yeah, I mean, you got 4 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter, and you've used up 2. Pulaski's going over there and explain why he did it. He says, I can't believe that, Mike. I get a, Coach Bruce Snyder, he really is close to his players.
Game 3 at the Battle of the Bay continues.
Oh my God, we're having a nice play.
I don't know if we're on the air or not, and I guess you are hearing us.
There'll be no baseball tonight.
You're trying to win something, and then the world stops.
This is not a baseball story. It is much larger than the events going on at Candlestick.
What if I told you that the earth shook and the series stood still?
ESPN Films presents a 30 for 30 film brought to you by Infinity, The Day the Series Stopped, Tuesday at 10 on ESPN.
Back in the 50s, sod farmers invented hydroseeding as the easiest way to grow beautiful grass. But you're still doing this. You want a great-looking lawn, but have dry spots, dog spots, high traffic areas, and shade. What a nightmare. You seed, water, and wait. But the only thing growing are the weeds. It's no wonder the seed gets washed away, blown away by wind, and eaten by birds. Not anymore. Introducing the revolutionary Hydro Mousse Liquid Lawn with spray and stay technology. The grass grows where you spray it. Start growing with ease. If you can water your lawn, you can hydro seed. Simply attach to any garden hose and turn the dial to seed. Forget the guesswork. Hydro Mousse shows you exactly where you're planting. The Green Mousse formula contains an eco-friendly sticking solution that attaches the seed to the soil and a conditioner to loosen hard dirt, allowing it to absorb water, resulting in a terrific looking lawn. We sprayed Hydro Mousse on this vertical burlap wall, and look, the seed locks in place, even upside down. And the grass grows like crazy, even on a vertical wall. It grows in extreme heat or cold conditions. It's perfect for dog spots, high traffic areas, large areas, and shade, and no more guesswork. Hydro Mousse includes a mixture of high-quality seed that blends perfectly with your existing lawn. It's never been faster or easier to get professional results at a fraction of the cost. So why pay a fortune for sod or seed the old-fashioned way when you can get the complete Hydro Mousse kit for only $19.95 to bring your lawn back to life? That's enough to do 100 spots or 50 square feet. But call now and we'll double the coverage. That's an incredible 200 spots or 100 square feet. And don't forget to ask the operator for large lot and acreage discounts. So don't put up with this when you can have this.
Call 1-800-908-3971 or go to hydromousse.com.
Is that your Rookie of the Year trophy?
It is.
Is that your World Series ring?
Same one as it was 10 minutes ago.
Still working on that same email?
Yep.
Hey, Buster, want to grab some lunch?
Yes, absolutely.
Where are you guys going?
Out.
Here, of course, the Rose Bowl is at issue. Washington, California, Arizona State unbeaten. Dick, what about the UCLA Bruins in that game against Arizona State? I know you have spoken to Coach Terry Donahue in the last couple of weeks.
Well, Terry's concern is that they aren't blocking efficiently up front in the offensive line, and the running game isn't what it ought to be. Of course, they have the quarterback that can throw the football, but that's his biggest concern in visiting with him. You know, you mentioned Terry. All the coaches in the Pac-10 are very complimentary of the job that Bruce Snyder has done here in rebuilding this program.
White in there at tailback.
Coming after him with 6.
Pulaski gets time. Now from behind, Fields jarred the ball loose when he reached up. But California's ball. He seemed to have enough time, but he couldn't find an open receiver.
Coverage took it away downfield. See, they rushed 6 and covered with 5. See, and now here comes the heat all around the backside. And there's Jaime Fields, number 3, reaching and grabbing that arm.
Great strength on his part when he pushed the blocker. He shed him and then reached in. So this is the #1 defense. And when you think about the preseason voting that moved Florida State to #1, you have to wonder if it wasn't because in the minds of many the Huskies had lost Mark Brunell. Now Pulaski. He throws to his running back, and Jomo breaks out of a hold and gets to the 45-yard line. That's going to be short of the first down. This will leave them about 1.5 yards for that first down.
Right there you could see the fine speed of the Washington defense. They wanted to run the screen. The internal defensive people saw the screen, and boy, did they swarm once they saw it.
They're going to let me correct myself on that. I forgot, obviously, the minus yardage. They are 1.5 yards short of the original line of scrimmage.
Did you make a mistake? That's the first one this year.
First one in the last 30 minutes. All right, third down. They got 12 yards officially, and Fields picks it off. Jaime Fields with a lane on the left side, and he is inside the 30-yard line. The defense never rests for the Huskies.
That was a bad decision. It was a horizontal stretch pattern over here. They're going to take him and run him on the curl and run him outside and him here to stretch that area, but he didn't read the linebacker dropping inside out. Now see, there goes the stretch. They're going to stretch that zone. Now Jaime Fields, number 3, who you saw earlier rushing the passer, here he is dropping right into it, obviously reading the pattern all the way. And now here's a guy that can run like a son of a gun.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Huskies. Jones and Berry are the running backs. Berry and Willard could not bring him down as Berry squirts free to the 14. You're probably wondering what happened to wide receiver Dawkins of California. Let's check in with Cheryl Miller.
Well, Brent, number 86, Dawkins has a Charlie horse, and he is really not expected to return to the game.
Oh, that's really a loss because he is a big play football player. He was the most impressive offensive player I saw in the last 2 games and studying their tapes here on Thursday. He's really impressive.
2nd and short for the Huskies. The fullback gets the first down. It's Jones to the 12-yard line.
You know, he doesn't get to carry the ball very often, but when he does, he gets those pads down and he gets upfield.
He's only carried it 4 times here today for 15 yards, and one of the California players on the field. Well, Washington leads it on the strength of Berry's touchdown run late in the first half.
Here it is. You know, it's the draw play. Remember, we also said there was a leg whip block to the right side of your screen on that, and there he takes it on in. He has been very effective of making the first tackler miss him and then accelerate and get straight upfield again. Mick Marsala getting up, heading back in. Nice to see him jogging off the field. I think you'd have to tie him down to keep him out of this ball game.
The difficulty here for California is you would feel somewhat confident coming into the 4th quarter down by 7, but if they're going to be down by 2 touchdowns, it'll be all uphill against this Husky defense as Washington tries to put it away, but California's Cornell Collier comes in on Berry.
See, they brought the outside people in, the tackle down and the outside linebacker or defensive end, what do you want to call him? They crashed him right into that. Good call by the defensive coordinator, Kent Baer.
This is a big series for him, calling these defensive plays.
You know, calling these kind of defensive are tougher when you mix all the blitzes that they mix into them. You know, it's easier if you're calling just all zones all the time.
They rush 6. Obert gets one-on-one, goes to the corner, and underthrew McKay.
He had him over there. That's that same combination we've been seeing all through college football season this year. The outside receiver in the slot running the delay in and the slot man going to the corner. Boy, that's in everybody's repertoire.
This is not the best day for Billy Joe Hobert.
No, it's not. But you have to credit the Cal defense. See, he too is being pressured. I think now you just make sure you don't take a sack or make the mistake, throw the interception.
He'll go incomplete. He didn't want to throw the interception that time, so he kept it high for McKay, and Washington will come out for a field goal.
Good pressure on him. Now remember, we're watching a sophomore play in Billy Joe Hobert. You know, he doesn't have all the experience in the world. He has all the confidence. He would have liked to have been able to stick that one right down the throat. He didn't get it done. He had it. But no interception and no sack. Good field goal position.
Travis Hansen.
...41-yard field goal.
So the 34-yarder is no good. And California stays within 7 points of Washington. A very important defensive series for the Bears. They can feel somewhat confident that they'll have a chance at least to move into a tying situation because this Washington defense is so tough. The only touchdown against them today came on the big play early on.
He also missed the field goal following the Cal interception.
Hawley and Chapman are the running backs for Pulaski. And now you'll watch this Washington defense go to work. They'll try to hold on to the 7-point lead. Pulaski throws to Chapman, and Chapman is down at the 27-yard line. A 7-yard gain on that pass play.
They've got to keep thinking we're only one football play out of tying this football game up.
That last defensive series was spectacular for number 3, Jaime Fields. He was able to bring pressure from the corner. A flag comes flying before the snap that time.
You don't want to end up in long yardage situations. It's against Washington.
Dead ball. Disconcerting signals. Defense. 5 yards.
What?
First down.
Disconcerting signals.
Well, that was a case of the linebacker or somebody jamming signals as he made his call out there defensively to try and throw the offense off. An illegal practice that frequently shows up in the National Football League, but I'm not sure that we have seen it
I
that
haven't
often
seen that
in college football.
Did he mean it was verbal?
First and 10. This is Chapman's gone. Chapman is gone. Touchdown, California. This for the tie. A 68-yard touchdown explosion.
Very similar to the play that UCLA exploded that beat him a year ago. He broke it right up the middle. He got a good cross block from his offensive tackle on Chico Fraley up inside there, and that just everybody else in man-to-man blitz coverage. No safety. Here it is again. See, they have him spread out completely. Boom, you'll see the block right there in the middle. There he goes. Now it's just speed all the way, and this young man demonstrates he can get it in the end zone.
That is the danger of that defense.
You bet. And remember in watching the UCLA game last year, we didn't do the game, but we saw it later. UCLA broke a similar play right up the middle and wham, put it in the end zone and ended up being the play that won the football game for them.
And remember that the only points the Huskies have allowed in the second half this year was on a 2-yard drive following a fumbled punt against Nebraska in the third quarter. And that was Washington's second game of the year. So the Golden Bears have tied the Huskies at 17 with the final second about to run off here in the third quarter.
Lindsey Chapman demonstrates his ability to run the 4-4 40-yard dash because he just ran better than a 4-4.
Smith, one of the deep men. Doug Bryan. If you're wondering why Snyder was upset on that far side, he felt Washington had run into his quarterback, Pulaski, holding for the extra point, and that's why he was upset. They kick it short, and Washington will start the fourth quarter with the ball at the 36-yard line. We'll return after this message and a word from our ABC station.
Is your back acting up again? Is lower back pain a daily drain? If you're one of the millions who suffer from the agony of lower back pain, you need Be Active, the revolutionary new acupressure system that instantly helps ease discomfort in your lower back, buttocks, and legs. Watch. Just slip on Be Active and tighten the strap. You'll instantly begin experiencing relief. Look, back pain often radiates from the lower back to your lower extremities, but apply Be Active to the trigger point on the calf muscle to instantly relieve pain. The secret is the AcuPoint pressure pad that gently compresses, alleviating pain at the sciatic nerve and lower back for instant relief.
I just slide it on, I tighten the strap, I feel the pressure point right behind my knee, and right away I feel the release of pain in my lower back.
The Active provides firm pressure behind the knee on the specific pressure point, which can help relieve the pain and suffering from sciatica.
Wow, that's I can feel comfort already.
It's like right away relief.
I just put it on, but I can feel it already easing the pain.
But now I don't feel the pain at all. This is really something.
You can't see the relief? I can feel it.
It kind of feels like it's relaxing that muscle.
I definitely wish I found this a couple months ago.
Be Active gives you the ability to instantly be active again. Wear it while exercising. Keep up with the kids. It's invisible under clothing, comfortable enough to sleep in. Be Active easily adjusts to fit any leg so everyone can live pain-free. Be Active is always there to deliver the pain relief you need. Now start living pain-free with the acupressure point therapy of Be Active for just $19.99. But wait, call now and we'll double the offer free. Just pay separate processing. If you don't begin to get instant relief, send it back and owe nothing. You get it all for just $19.99. So call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-251-1727. That's 1-800-251-1727. Or go online at beactivebrace.com. Call or click today.
TCU right back where they want to be.
Petty, touchdown.
Two unbeatens are ready to battle.
TCU Baylor, Saturday at 3:30 on ABC or ESPN2.
We've got a small business, and we needed a new website.
I talked to a web design company, but they wanted to charge me a fortune.
Then I heard about web.com.
They said they would build me a custom website for free.
We just thought, there's no way.
Then I called them up.
And then they built it for me.
A custom website built free. Who would have thought?
If you call the experts at web.com now, we'll build you a new custom website absolutely free. Then we'll list your website in hundreds of places online so new customers can easily find you. If you're happy with your new website, we'll continue to provide promotion, hosting, support, and maintenance, all for one low monthly fee. If not, cancel and pay nothing.
And when they say nothing, they really mean nothing.
Call right now and get a free .com or .net domain name for your new website powered by VeriSign, the world's leading domain name provider. You say it, we build it free. It's as easy as web.com.
Call 1-800-279-0568 today.
California thinks they own the fourth quarter. The Huskies will try to prove otherwise here against that defense with the crowd rocking right now in Berkeley. And the pass is to the fullback, Matt Jones, and he is down at the 45-yard line. So Lindsey Chapman, the man of the hour for the Golden Bears. He was born on New Year's Day in New Orleans, Louisiana. He was born Lindsey Hollis. And then after his mother remarried, he changed his name to Lindsey Chapman. And he bolts 68 yards for the touchdown that allows California to tie heavily favored Washington. Now the hand is to Bino Bryant, and Bryant breaks out to the 48-yard line.
You know, Cal's stats in the fourth quarter were impressive, but Washington's are even more impressive. They have scored 68 points in the fourth quarter and not given up a point in the fourth quarter.
Holding against Washington.
Some of the things that went in their favor in the first half are now accumulating and going against them.
Offense, 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Repeat second down.
Well, let's remember that all of the breaks went Washington's way early on. They fumbled 4 times and recovered all 4. They had 2 non-calls on their go-ahead scoring drive. So the Huskies now are going to have to dig down and show everybody if they are indeed the best team in the country. California has made them play to the fourth quarter. A beautiful cutback, and Bryant is gone. Bino Bryant explodes. Touchdown, Huskies.
Bino Bryant, state 400-meter champion, demonstrates his speed. He ran the 400 meters at 47.5. Right here, he's running about 65 in about 5 seconds flat. Good blocking at the point. Good instinct to make the cut. Now he turns on the afterburner. And you aren't going to catch a guy that can run as fast as he can from behind. He, in fact, won the 60-yard dash Sunkist Invitational held for high school running backs when he was in Southern California.
Hansen adds the extra point. And Bino Bryant's 65-yard touchdown puts the Huskies up 24-17.
You confused by all the expanding hoses on the market? Don't be fooled by imitations. Hi, I'm Michael Berardi. I'm the inventor of the X-Hose, the original blue expanding hose. In fact, I've been awarded 4 U.S. patents for my invention. My X-Hose is the only patented expanding hose on the market, and it bears the trusted DAP product's name. Also available is my incredible DAP X-Hose Pro, with solid brass fittings, a wider 3/4-inch diameter, and constructed from even stronger materials. Works like my original X-Hose. Just turn the water on, and my X-Hose Pro automatically expands and expands and expands as you effortlessly guide it to where you need to go. And when you're finished, my X-Hose Pro will automatically follow you back and contract for easy storage. My DAP X-Hose Pro is great for homeowners and professionals.
I own a mobile detailing company, and this hose saves me a lot of time and energy on my jobs. It never kinks, it is super lightweight, and hardly takes up any space in my trailer.
What I enjoyed when I watched her using the X-Hose Pro is that the hose actually looks like it's helping her use it.
This 50-foot 3/4-inch rubber hose weighs over 11 pounds. My 50-foot 3/4-inch X-Hose Pro weighs only about 2 pounds. My DAP X-Hose Pro is actually made from a tough, multi-layered expandable inner hose and a folded outer covering made from durable, super strong webbing. Because of its patented design, my X-Hose Pro will never kink. Get my amazing DAP X-Hose Pro for only $29.95. But call right now and get a second X-Hose Pro free. Just pay processing and handling. Durable, solid brass fittings. Super strong materials. Strong enough to pull an SUV. 3/4-inch diameter for a powerful spray. And incredibly light. So call now. I promise you'll love it.
Call 1-800-220-9145. Call now and get a second X-Hose Pro for free. Just pay separate processing and handling. So call 1-800-220-9145. 1-800-220-9145 and order your X-Hose Pro today.
Looking sharp, Len. Who's the lucky lady?
I'm going to the bank to discuss a mortgage.
See, you need a loan, you put on a suit, you go crawling to the bank. This is how I dress to get a mortgage. I just go to LendingTree. I calculate how much home I can afford. I get multiple offers to compare side by side. And the best part is, the banks come crawling to me.
Everything you need to get a better mortgage. Clothing optional. LendingTree. When banks compete, you win.
Okay.
Awkward.
Is that your Rookie of the Year trophy?
It is.
Is that your World Series ring?
Same one as it was 10 minutes ago.
Still working on that same email?
Yep.
Hey, Buster, want to grab some lunch?
Yes, absolutely.
Where are you guys going?
Out.
teams here in Berkeley. Washington back ahead on Beano Bryant's touchdown, kicking off to California, and Barber, the defensive back, looks to the outside on the left. Barber to the 35 and out of bounds at the 40 as Dana Hall, number 5, the defensive back, gets over there on him.
You know, Barber was both a running back and a defensive back at Pasadena City College.
Well, here are the two key plays, and they are like mirror images of each other. Here is first Beano Bryant.
Kick out block, blocked by Kaligas, did a good job of blocking the linebacker across the hole. He read that block and just turned on the speed and puts it in the end zone.
The young man from Dorsey High School in Los Angeles puts the Huskies up by a touchdown. And before that, it was this play.
It's exactly the same type of play, except they didn't have a lead fullback, but they got the cross blocked by the offside lineman. He read it and broke behind it, put it in the end zone.
Russell White has replaced that young man who scored that touchdown. Pulaski on the move, incomplete and out of bounds. The intended receiver, Mike Caldwell, and remember Sean Dawkins injured and unable to play right now for California. Tommy Smith with the coverage.
That was a broken play. That was a broken play all the way, because I saw Russell White put his hands up and say, hey, what's happening?
There's Dawkins unable to continue. Second down and 10. Washington showing 10 men up near the line of scrimmage. Only Pa'akoa is back off, but they rush forward. They tried to disguise it, and the ball is complete to Zumwalt to the 44-yard line. Dave Hoffman, the linebacker, pounced on him there.
Boy, does he hit. Dave Hoffman's right up here from San Jose. Played at Pioneer High School for Coach Dan Lloyd. He's been a very good football player all along. He made 209 tackles his senior year in high school, and he's still making plays like that.
Now on third down, 4-man rush. Pulaski in the teeth of the rush is forced to throw high, and number 57 Tyrone Rogers, the nose man, got in on the quarterback.
You know, and they are still doubling up Empmans, number 9, the All-American defensive tackle. They aren't asking an offensive lineman whenever they possibly can to block it by himself. They help him out with somebody else. 2 guys on it.
California forced to punt, trailing at 24-17. 13 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. And Russell Hairston set to return Noonan's punt. Good punt. Ball is fumbled. Penalty flag is down, however. Did they give him enough room? We'll have to let the officials sort this one out. If he was too close, it will not be California's ball.
They've got to give him 2 yards, and they can't advance the muff punt either. You can recover it, but you can't advance it. He threw the flag right away, Brent. Boy, the return man looked very
Interference
shaky.
with the opportunity to catch the kick. Within 2 yards, 5-yard ball, first down.
Well, here's another look at it. It looked pretty close from up here, but he looked shaky the whole time. See, he's not settled underneath that ball, and he is closer than 2 yards. But I've seen him that close many times and not have it called.
That's a good call. Ricky Spears was all over him.
See, he was really shaky. Really shaky. He won't be back there on the next punt return.
Beano Bryant normally returns punts.
He'll be back
and
there.
He had just run 65 yards for a touchdown. So Washington opted to take him out and go with a different return man. But I would agree with you that we will see number 29 back there. Now Jones and Jay Berry are the running backs. This is Berry. Berry jitterbugging for daylight, still going, and battles his way to the 27-yard line.
Jay has really been impressive running those straight ahead plays. Good vision, making the right break when he sees it, plus keeping his feet in a position in his center of gravity low enough so he can go ahead and make the cut when it's there. You know, I'll tell you this, Washington can't afford just to sit and pound it out and try to eat up the clock, because I think Cal has proven to be just a little too explosive to get too conservative right here. That's what happened to UCLA.
Second down. Hobart brings the option down the line. He'll keep it. That's what California would prefer, that he holds on to that ball, playing with that pinched nerve. Wilburn, one of the first to hit him.
Very good discipline on defense. Shows good coaching when your players at all positions with responsibility for the option remain disciplined and carry out their individual responsibilities. Don't break the discipline.
Now it's third down and short. It's Berry. Willard couldn't hold on as he twisted for the first down.
Jay Berry from North Glen, Colorado. 2-year letterman. He's a workhorse today. Again, remember his dad, Odell, played for the Denver Broncos. His brother, Damian, is a redshirt freshman, wide receiver at the University of Washington right now. Isn't that great when you have two kids getting a scholarship to play, huh?
You bet.
Saves a few bucks.
1st and 10 now for the Huskies. Here's the toss to Berry. Oh, and he is hit behind the line by Barsala, number 13. Mick Barsala, who has turned in several outstanding plays defensively. He intercepted a pass earlier in the game, and now he makes a tackle for negative yardage.
He just flowed inside out on that toss. You'll see him flash from the left side of your screen. The ball is tossed neatly. Now, Washington didn't want to run a lot of this. Now, watch him flash right in there. He's actually almost on the turf right there, and he just gets him right by the ankles. Mick Barsala was at Pasadena City College, junior college All-American. He actually ended up at Ohio State for a couple weeks, and he found out he'd lose a year of eligibility with their Big Ten JC transfer rule if he stayed there. So he left. Fortunate for Cal, and they really think he's going to be a good football player.
You are wondering how big was this game in California? Well, the defensive line coach, Rod Marinelli, said he'd been stopping off at the same 7-Eleven store every day for 8 years. The other morning, I went up to the cashier, and she said, "The coffee's on me today. Go Bears." It's never happened before, he said. We'll come right back.
TCU right back where they want to be. Petty, touchdown. Two unbeatens are ready to battle.
TCU Baylor, Saturday at 3:30 on ABC or ESPN2.
Do you suffer from ankle pain or swollen ankles? Is your ankle stiff or weak so you need extra support? Introducing Ankle Genie, the new zip-up compression sleeve designed to reduce foot fatigue while energizing your foot and ankle. Standing on your feet all day can cause swollen ankles and radiating leg pain. But Ankle Genie provides the ankle support you need to help relieve swelling. It's a struggle to wear traditional medical compression socks. Pulling them up, pulling them off. What a job! But Ankle Genie has a built-in zipper so it slips on and off easily and adjusts to your size. Best of all, Ankle Genie can be worn over socks and in shoes for all-day comfort. Comfortable anti-fatigue neoprene construction soothes, massages, and energizes your foot and ankle 24/7. And it's so durable, it lasts and lasts.
It also provides the compression, and the compression is an essential part to reduce the inflammation, which will allow healing to happen in the foot.
After I had my surgery, my doctor told me I could not fly without wearing compression socks. These zipped right on. 6 hours later, I arrived at my destination happy and healthy.
Wear Ankle Genie in athletic shoes, boots, socks, or slippers. It's the perfect support while golfing, playing tennis, hiking, or biking. Ankle Genie is ideal for relieving ankle swelling, and it provides exquisite relief anytime your ankle swells from fluid retention or poor circulation. Similar compression ankle sleeves can cost $25 and don't come with a zipper. But call now and get the Ankle Genie for just $12.99. As part of the special TV offer, you can double your order. Get the support you need for each ankle. That's 2 Ankle Genies, an incredible value. Yours for $12.99. Call or click now.
Call 1-800-847-0949 and get the Ankle Genie special offer or visit anklegenie.com. But hurry, quantities are limited, so call now. 1-800-847-0949. That's 1-800-847-0949. Call now.
Is that your Rookie of the Year trophy?
It is.
Is that your World Series ring?
Same one as it was 10 minutes ago.
Still working on that same email?
Yep.
Hey, Buster, want to grab some lunch?
Yes, absolutely.
Where are you guys going?
Out.
You can see Mick moving inside out on that play right here. Watch him move inside out. Now you'll see Barry's knee hits the back of his helmet, not right here. See, right there you can see, and I think he just got his bell rung a little bit, and chances are he'll be back.
8 tackles and 1 interception for the young man. Candidate for MVP honors today for Cal. Hobert on 2nd and long pulls out and incomplete. The receiver, Bailey, who has truly been shut down here today by this defense, was out of bounds on that pass.
He didn't look like he made a real good effort to keep his feet inbounds. Normally you see a guy make a real physical effort.
I don't think he could have.
No, he couldn't. No, he couldn't.
Bailey with 1 catch on the day, and it was a big one. A 35-yard touchdown. But other than that, they've kept it out of his hands. Jones and Berry are the running backs. And Hobert uses his running backs as blockers. Under pressure, incomplete. Ryan Perry, number 55, charging toward the quarterback.
Ryan Perry, the most improved defensive lineman in the program over the past 2 years at Gavilan Junior College. Transfer right in the middle of your screen, number 55. He just keeps on coming, just keeps on coming. He got outside Pete Kaligas and makes the play.
Do you go after this punt, or do you try to return it for field position?
I wouldn't. I'd try to return it. I would be afraid of roughing the kicker.
They're pulling out now. Here's Callan. And it'll be out of bounds, and punt returning has not been a strength for California here this afternoon, folks. That's a 37-yard punt, and we get word from the Big Ten on that key game that Iowa moves ahead of Illinois 24-21. That's how Jason Verduzco usually likes it.
Yes, he likes him that way. And I tell you, we did the Iowa game, a couple weeks ago, and they got beaten soundly, but I still felt at that time, Brent, that they're a good football team.
Jason Verduzco is one who got away from California. Bruce Snyder opting to recruit elsewhere, and he said, I may have made a mistake. That young man's pretty good. Speaking of good, here's Russell White, and grabbing him from behind is Pauakoa, number 21.
See what the defense did. Jim Lambright's defense, the coordinator, he kept him moving toward the sideline. Now watch at the top of your screens. He wants to go up inside. It's not there. So now they keep him moving parallel. Here comes the good pursuit. Pauakoa, number 21, making the play. Boy, if you let him run upfield, you're in trouble. Keep him going to the sideline. Good job of defense.
2nd down. The fake is to White. Pulaski goes here to the near side, and his receiver is hammered. Dana Hall was in on that hit along with Jaime Fields.
He came out of the backfield on the play action. Right here, you'll see him come out of the backfield on the play action, and it took a long time to get him the football. See, they're stretching this side of the field horizontally, see, and then he throws it out there late. The linebackers and coverage people are sitting there in zone and just attack him.
3rd and 11. Simeon in at wide receiver along with Treggs, and White is the running back. They run through White up the middle. White cuts to the right at midfield. Russell White is to the Washington 45-yard line before Dana Hall wraps him up.
They ran a trap play inside on that one. Got the ball back to him deep, pulled the offensive guard, See, pulled him from the right there, got the trap, created the hole right up inside like that. Now he gets a nice block downfield, and with his elusive running ability, he can make people miss down there. Take another look. Good trap block by the offensive guard. Here it is. Boom. Now that breaks him open. Now we're back in action.
20-yard run by White. First down. Pulaski got one-on-one to Woodall, incomplete. Sent his tight end one-on-one against the linebacker, Chico Fraley.
Yeah, there, Chico Fraley, a linebacker, running with him. He, again, is another high school sprint champion, playing linebacker. Speed on defense. 50-year senior from Roland Heights, Bishop Amat High School, and boy, have they turned out some football players at Bishop Amat.
Number 21, Lindsey Chapman, checks into the backfield.
Give it
for
to him
California.
again.
He got one big touchdown run of 68 yards. Over the middle, high, deflected, incomplete. Washington over California. Cal's ball on third down. Impman chasing, the throw is caught on the dive by Caldwell at the Washington 37-yard line. That is going to be short of a first down. Big play coming up here.
It's a big play, and I think in this situation now you go ahead and go for it, Brent. This is totally different field position, even though it's it's a little bit longer. It's about a full yard. Hey, you go ahead and go for it. Now, if you're really gutsy, you come up to your fourth down, go for the touchdown pass to tie it up. I mean, that's a guts call, maybe not a good call, but I've seen people do it. You and I saw somebody do it a few weeks back.
Chapman and Zomalt are the running backs.
And they're going to do it.
Chapman, they're going to throw. Pulaski keeps it.
Oh, geez.
First down.
He had his tight end, Steve Stafford, down there. This guy right here came off and got behind everybody, but he didn't see him. Now watch him come off. Maybe we'll see it on thing. He decided not to risk it. He saw the running lane, but he was down there behind everybody. Oh, hey, he's got guts. I'll tell you that.
He is 3 for 3 on fourth downs here today against the toughest defense in the land. Chapman still in along with Hawley. First down, Chapman a hole, and Chapman to the 26-yard line against Washington.
It's a very clever play. They use the guard to kick out, and they use the running back to lead through with counteraction. Good design. See, that freezes people. There's the guard to kick out. There's the fullback kicking in there, and there's the game.
Chapman and Zomalt, the running backs. Quick count. Chapman up over the middle. And Andy Mason was holding on.
I sense that Washington is a little concerned about coming after him with the full blitz because of the success on the deep play earlier. But they're going to have to do something here to regain the momentum defensively, throw them for the loss. Cal is really starting to get fired up and thinking they're going to tie it up.
Now 2 downs to make a little over a yard. And Russell White returns to the Cal backfield.
I think you do just what you just said, too. Go ahead and use the 2 down.
Pressure in the middle. Pulaski has the ball knocked free by the nose man. But California gets it back. Dave Hoffman led the defensive charge for the Huskies that time, and there was the play you wanted, changing the momentum.
They had to. Dave Hoffman, good defensive call by Jim Lambright. Dave Hoffman, the linebacker, fired. There he is, number 54, and he gets at the mesh point where the quarterback is supposed to hand it off. He breaks that all up. David Hoffman raising havoc in the secondary.
A player shaken up for California.
Troy Ozine, number 52. I had a nice visit with him in the locker room the other day. He's rated in the top 50 football players in the United States as an NFL prospect. He's a big, tall guy at 6'7", 285 pounds, a bright guy, second team all Pac-10 in '90. He only missed 8 snaps of offensive football last year. His big concern coming into this game was not the speed of the outside rush, but when they sucker him outside and come under him. And he was really concerned about that.
Well, what do you do now? You got a 4th and 15.
Well, I think what you try to do is get enough to get a higher percentage field goal attempt. And if you end up getting more in that, it's 4th down. I'd go ahead and try to get, no, excuse me, 4th down.
They lost 13 yards on that 3rd down play. 3 wide receivers out to the left.
I lost the down. They lost more yards.
Pulaski. He's got Simeon, and he overthrew him. Simeon broke free on Hall momentarily. And that's the first time California has missed on 4th down. But the key to that series was Hoffman on the 3rd down.
Normally, when you get a man in your gap like that, that allowed Hoffman to come in there, the offensive linemen automatically slide down, and if they're going to turn anybody loose, they turn the guy loose outside.
Barsala returns for the defense, and they fool him that time. Running a little bit of a counter action there, and they bring the fullback, Matt Jones, up on the other side of Barsala, who took the bait and had stepped to the left.
You know, he doesn't run very often, but you can see why he can keep him honest inside, because he has good ability to make the drastic cut like he did on that one. He went up into the right and made the drastic bounce move to the left and upfield.
Washington working away on the clock, which has moved inside of 5 minutes. And this is Berry, big alley outside. Berry, who is having a huge day, gets to the California 30-yard line before David Wilson takes him out of bounds.
You can see what happened on this. He started up inside, and then he bounced outside, but they cut off the linebacker. See, they cut off Barsala 13 inside, no inside-out pursuit. Now he just uses his speed, and poor tackling right there. Very poor tackling.
Jay Berry with 17 carries for 144 yards here today. A 29-yard run. Inside Jones across the 25-yard line to the California 24.
See, now Cal has to reverse it. They have to come with the blitz. They have to give up some concern for the pass against one-on-one coverage and come after and try to take the ball away, create havoc in the backfield. And Cal has done that well all year. There's Troy Ozine you see on your screen. Cal using up those 2 earlier timeouts was very costly.
Here now is the toss to Bryant. He spins to the 22-yard line. Well, that's a 1st down for Washington. 3 minutes now left in the game, and this is a good clock-consuming drive for the Huskies. They lead it by 7, 24-17.
You got to come after them, Brent. They've got to come with everybody to bring the kitchen sink. Bring it all. The locker room, the weight room, bring it all.
Jones and Berry are the running backs.
Here they come.
It's Berry.
That's it.
And they whacked him with the 24. Cornell Collier.
Yeah, I've been waiting for that. They've got to do that. Personally, I think maybe they've waited just a little too long. See, now that's a totally different offensive series from here on out with 2nd and 15. You'll see good penetration up on top. He's getting real deep, almost too deep. See, he gave him that lane, but the block wasn't there. Matt Jones missed the block.
So Iowa pulls out the upset. Not a big one, though. The Hawkeyes were at home. Here's the handoff to Bino Bryant. Bryant gets to the right side and is tackled at the 13-yard line.
Everybody they give the ball to has speed.
So we'll take a break here with 1:50 to go. Washington 24, California 17.
Is your back acting up again? Is lower back pain a daily drain? If you're one of the millions who suffer from the agony of lower back pain, you need Be Active, the revolutionary new acupressure system that instantly helps ease discomfort in your lower back, buttocks, and legs. Watch. Just slip on Be Active and tighten the strap. You'll instantly begin experiencing relief. Look, back pain often radiates from the lower back to your lower extremities, but apply Be Active to the trigger point on the calf muscle to instantly relieve pain. The secret is the AcuPoint pressure pad that gently compresses, alleviating pain at the sciatic nerve and lower back for instant relief.
I just slide it on, I tighten the strap, I feel the pressure point right behind my knee, and right away I feel the release of pain in my lower back.
The Active provides firm pressure behind the knee on the specific pressure point, which can help relieve the pain and suffering from sciatica.
Wow, I can feel comfort already.
It's like right away relief.
I just put it on, but I can feel it already easing the pain.
But now I don't feel the pain at all. This is really something.
You can't see the relief? I can feel it.
It kind of feels like it's relaxing that muscle.
I definitely wish I found this a couple months ago.
Be Active gives you the ability to instantly be active again. Wear it while exercising. Keep up with the kids. It's invisible under clothing, comfortable enough to sleep in. Be Active easily adjusts to fit any length so everyone can live pain-free. Be Active is always there to deliver the pain relief you need. Now start living pain-free with the acupressure point therapy of Be Active for just $19.99. But wait, call now and we'll double the offer free. Just pay separate processing. If you don't begin to get instant relief, send it back and owe nothing. You get it all for just $19.99. So call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-251-1727. That's 1-800-251-1727. Or go online at beactivebrace.com. Call or click today.
TCU right back where they want to be. Petty, touchdown. Two unbeatens are ready to battle.
TCU Baylor, Saturday at 3:30 on ABC or ESPN2.
Are you anxious to protect your family with life insurance, but afraid you can't afford it? Well, look how much insurance many people can get through SelectQuote for less than $1 a day. SelectQuote found Rich, 37, a $500,000 policy for under $20 a month. Even though Dave, 43, takes meds to control his cholesterol, SelectQuote got him a $500,000 policy for under $29 a month. Ellen, 47, got a $250,000 policy for under $18 a month. All it takes is a phone call. Your personal SelectQuote agent will answer all your questions and impartially shop the highly rated term life companies SelectQuote represents for your best rates. Give your family the security it needs at a price you can afford. Call this number or go to SelectQuote.com. SelectQuote. We shop, you save.
Well, we're back here in Berkeley. Washington came into this game favored by 2 touchdowns. They lead it by 1. That game back in Iowa City, just for the record, the Hawkeyes were favored by 5, and they held on as the result of that controversial play to beat Illinois. Jason Verduzco. Here are the Huskies with a 3rd down. Jones and Berry. Berry's had a career day. He's the tailback. He gets the call again. And Berry, with a penalty flag flying, gets into the end zone. But there is a penalty on the play.
I think they have holding, yep. You know, right now, of course, offensively, you're sitting here and run your offense, and I know they're thinking very intelligently, but the thing you think about now is don't turn the ball over, keep it, and then just kick the field goal. Of course, I know that's not a gimme, but
this penalty works against that field goal in a huge way.
In a huge way.
The ball comes back to the 24-yard line. That's a 42-yard field goal. But there's still 3rd down for the Huskies. 1:45. They've got a chance to get some of the yards back before they send Hansen onto the field. Let's see if they center this up for Hansen or if they leave him over on the right hash mark. Bean O'Brien. The draw, fake. Hobart in a foot race to the middle of the field is down at the 25-yard line.
See, and Cal has no timeout, so they can't stop the clock.
Well, Washington will let this clock run down, and then Hansen will attempt the field goal that could put it away.
That's a 42-yarder. 42-yard field goal. This year in college football, they're averaging around 49% all through the colleges this year, even though the goalpost has been constricted.
The 42-yarder is no good. California with a chance. 1 minute, but no timeouts. California with a chance.
I wonder if they're going to come up with the old scrum rugby play that they used in this stadium a few years back against Stanford University, huh?
My favorite football play of all time, 1982.
You call that a play?
That was something. That was on a kickoff return that day by California against Stanford. Stanford band on the field celebrating. Wow, here it is. 1st and 10 now for Pulaski. Remember, they are out of timeouts. Over the middle to Triggs, incomplete. This will stop the clock at 50 seconds. A first down stops it until they get reset.
They've come from behind in 2 big games this year against Arizona and UCLA.
Pulaski and Collins was there defensively, and along with Donald Jones, number 48.
See, and that eats up a lot of time because they can't call a timeout. Seconds are really ticking off.
Now those 2 wasted timeouts really hurt. Inside of 30, he can stop the clock by throwing it down. He'll go down at the 30, trying to get it off beautifully to Zumwalt. And Zumwalt's out of bounds. 18 seconds to go.
Zumwalt did a good job of jumping outside there and getting out of bounds.
They're back to the original line of scrimmage. What Cal has done coming from behind so far this year. This one 3rd and 9, and this is the toughest assignment yet against the nation's #1 defense. California hit them with 17 points already today. Now on 3rd and long, working against the clock. Pulaski throws it to Simmons, who's got it. First down, Cal, and it stops the clock with 8 seconds. California with a chance.
Right around now, Cal's got to start thinking if they do score, Brent, do I go for 2 points or do I go for 1 and tie to kick it up?
35-yard gain. Now that clock stoppage on an automatic first, so important in college football.
There he goes. Yep. He's only got time for 1 play. Brent, with the 5 seconds, because see, you can't throw it short. You've got to get it into the end zone, and that's all going to eat up 4 to 5 seconds. And if they were fortunate to score, then they make the decision, do I go for 2 or do I go for 1 to tie it up?
Now timeout has been called by Washington. We'll come right back.
After I played FanDuel the first time, I was hooked.
People are going crazy for these new 1-week fantasy football leagues at FanDuel.com.
With FanDuel, there's no season-long commitment.
FanDuel lets you play in one-week fantasy football leagues for real money.
Assembling the ideal team on FanDuel was a blast.
Try FanDuel today, and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar up to $200.
On FanDuel, I've won over $62,000.
Go to FanDuel.com now and click on the microphone to get up to $200 free. Enter promo code FAN1. That's promo code FAN1.
This is a national healthcare alert from the Health Hotline. If you, a family member, or a loved one suffers from knee pain and have Medicare as your primary insurance, we've got great news. You could qualify for a pain-relieving knee brace at little or no cost to you. Get free delivery, and all the paperwork is handled by our accredited suppliers at no charge to you. If you're on Medicare and have knee pain, don't wait. You may qualify to immediately receive a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost. Friendly agents are standing by 24/7 to help you. Call the Health Hotline right now for details toll-free. Our friendly representatives are standing by now to take your call. We also have other pain-relieving braces available for shoulder, ankle, and your back. You may be eligible to receive these items and more at little or no cost to you as well. Call right now for details toll-free.
Operators are standing by. Call 866-249-0627. That's 866-249-0627. Again, 866-249-0627. That's 866-249-0627.
Are you behind on your mortgage payments? Could your house go into foreclosure? Does it seem like the bank has no interest in helping you save your home and you feel like you have nowhere to turn? Then we have good news for you. Homeowner Protection Services. Homeowner Protection Services can help save your home. We specialize in foreclosure assistance, and that's all we do. If you're behind on your mortgage payments, being threatened with foreclosure, have been denied a loan modification, or been the victim of a predatory loan, it's critical that you call Homeowner Protection Services now. Homeowner Protection Services has a network of attorneys, and our agents are available to speak to you now. Remember, if you are behind on your mortgage payments, Homeowner Protection Services can help stop the foreclosure process. Call today before it's too late. New laws are in effect that may save your home. So call Homeowner Protection Services now.
Call 800-376-8230. That's 800-376-8230.
Touchdown, Alabama. Allen Collins. My goodness. Ole Miss, they are rolling. That ball is pulled in. Touchdown, A&M.
At 6, Alabama, Arkansas. Then at 9, Ole Miss, Texas A&M. Saturday on ESPN.
With Dick Vermeil and Cheryl Miller, I'm Brent Musburger. This has been a wonderful college football game here in Berkeley, California. California, without a single timeout, is down to its last play. 5 seconds. Pulaski 18-40 for 215 yards. One touchdown. There was movement. There was offsides on Washington. This is a free toss into the end zone, incomplete. And he hit Caldwell in the hands with that one. He could have had it, but this game cannot end on a defensive penalty.
Offside, defense, holding, offense, penalties offset, replay the down.
Oh, geez. Look at Coach Snyder. He was so close to snapping that ball down.
Oh, yes. And you know, the leaper that's made those catches for him is not in the ball game. He's injured. That's Sean Dawkins. The man's getting lined up in the end zone play.
They better not get out early, those Huskies. That doesn't go over too well in this stadium. No time left on the clock, but because of the penalty against the defense cannot end. So here comes the last play, unless there's another penalty on the defense. The ball is at the 23-yard line. California is down 24-17.
It looks like they're going to go too deep zone here.
Pulaski throws to the corner, and Triggs in the air and deflected away by Bailing. Washington hangs on to stay unbeaten in a spectacular college football game, 24-17, and California